let's see what we got here. Don't look at the rest of the garage. This place is just trashed. I've still got stuff there from the last time we went racing. Got 3 sets of turbos over there. I mean, everything's just kind of, when we leave from the track and we come back home, I mean, everything just gets thrown around because it's pretty much going out the next weekend. But got your normal gaskets and stuff like that. I've already got the V-bands down there. Luckily those came in. Got the oil fittings that I know these are going to have. Luckily we got High Performance World over here that's got Hyperflow parts, so any kind of fittings or anything like that, check them out. High Performance World in Garland, Texas. They've got everything you possibly need as far as any kind of fuel fitting, any fitting you can think of, they've got it. So give them a shout. But anyway, here we go. Okay. Yeah, I'll pop this off first. Yes, sir. Man, that is freaking sick looking. Let's see if I can get this out of here with one hand. I know they weigh a ton, but oh my gosh. Yeah, quite a bit of difference from what we're used to having on there as far as the exhaust housing. You can definitely tell the difference looking at that side there. I'll pull one of these 45s down here. There we go. I mean, when you stack this up next to it, it's not a monster difference, but it's quite a bit of, you look at that little thing there, tiny, tiny, tiny. I've still got the V-band on this one right now, but compared to that, we'll pull this off here. And then you look at that one, whole lot more air able to get out of that sucker there. Should still spool pretty quick. I don't think it's gonna be that big of a difference as far as getting these things to work. I mean, I know some people who've got these, a lot of people run these T66s. They're very popular turbo, very responsive, especially on this cubic inch of a motor. They'll be very responsive. The GT45s, like I said, I've got no complaints about them other than we ran out of turbo. It's just, again, as I always say, it's kind of choking itself out. It gets up to the higher RPM, bigger than the track. Mile an hour stays the same. It doesn't matter if I do, a 1.2-160 or if it's a 1.660, which we don't do that. But I'm just saying, it doesn't matter. The mile an hour caps off every single time. It doesn't matter what the time it runs. It's choking itself out, and rightfully so. It is a T4 flange, but it's small. It's small. I would still recommend these if you can find them and you can get a hold of them. I'd still recommend these to anybody, just on a budget build or something like that. If you're trying to get, go fast and have fun with them, it's a good little turbo to have. But for us, we definitely need to step up the game if we want to compete or get any faster. So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to get started right now. All right, there are a couple of things we got to do first, guys. First, we got to get the methanol injection off of these. I've got to take the oil. Actually, I can't use the oil feed line. These actually take a different one, a 1/4 inch MPT to a -4, but I can use the actual drain line. So I've got to take this drain line manifold off of here, swap that over to the new ones, take these off. I don't know if I'm going to put these pre-turbo as far as in front of the blades on these other ones, or if I'm actually going to tap the housing. They've got a housing tap right here for the actual wastegates, which mine are in the charge pipe right now, but I'm going to move those over to here into this boss. I've just got to drill it out. It's already tapped. I've got the airline feeds here. I'm going to switch everything over to the air push locks. Just a little simpler to take part at the track or just when you're disassembling stuff, but I think I might be able to use this here to inject in, or I may just drill in right here and tap and put a nozzle there rather than in front of the blades. Whether or not it's better in front of the blades or if it's better here, I don't know. I'm sure there's science behind it. Either way, I just kind of want to get it out from in front of the turbo. Not that it's impeding airflow or anything like that, but I mean, it's a nice billet wheel. Why block it off if you can get the same results from right here? So that's what we got to do first off, is get the manifolds changed over, get the methanol over here, decide where we want to put on his, then we'll start fitting everything up. I think as far as the charge pipe, everything we got is still the same. That's 2.5. This is 2.5, so that should all line up the same, hopefully. Over here on the core, I've got the same 2.5 piping that I did have. Of course, it's T4 flange. I've got the exhaust cut. I have the V-bands. I've got the 3.5 inch exhaust. We were going from a 3 inch down to 3.5, but we're going to stay full 3.5 all the way out from the turbo and connect to that. Make it a little nicer than what I had because it was kind of botched up in our normal fashion that we do it. But hopefully we just got to move these around a little bit as far as down here on the where the cold side goes in. Other than that, guys, it's just going to be trial and error, fit and go. Hopefully everything does like what we want it to do, and everything goes on pretty easily. I mean, obviously the simpler the better. We know there may be some little bit of fabrication, but gotta get the stuff swapped over here and go from there. All right, there we go. We got everything transferred over. So we got our oil feed line here. Took the manifolds off the other ones. There, just a typical dash 10 fitting. Same manifold you see on every turbo made in the world. Got the methanol brackets here. Like I said, I don't think I want to put them back in front of the turbo like that. I might, I don't know yet. Got to drill into this housing here. It's got a spot right here that's got a blank spot that I can actually make that bracket just like that again. But I'm really thinking about putting it right about there. If I can get it right there, that leaves the line in flow, makes everything kind of just a little nicer looking. But for the most part, everything's ready to go on now just to make sure we can trial fit them. I'm gonna paint the housings black. Right now I'm not worried about it. They're gonna get banged up and messed up and dirty and all that. But get these on the car, take them off, paint them, get them back on the car, take them off, do everything. You know the process. All right, guys, I got one turbo completely done up. I mean, everything tied. I got the oil feed line, went right on. Oil drain line, gonna go right where it's supposed to go. The front here actually lines up really well with where the other ones were. I even think that my bell or my velocity stacks will actually fit. Other than that, I mean...
It's 32.
Yeah, oh yeah, by the way, Joey showed up to help.
Hey!
He just want to enjoy the heat. So we're gonna get this other one, guys, try to get this other one put on here. I mean, it looks like we're pretty much, I'm not gonna say smooth sailing, because as soon as I say that, it's gonna go on backwards and upside down and fall apart and freeze, but...
Yeah, don't put that evil on.
Yeah, we don't want that yet. But for the most part, I think we get this one on here. If we can get that set, get the drain lines hooked up, if we can get the charge pipe hooked up, like I said, the exhaust is just gonna be kind of fiddling. Yeah. I mean, fit it where it's gonna fit. I mean, it is what it is. We can piece on to here. Like I said, it may go right into that V-band clamp because they're a little longer than what the old ones are. And if we can do that, then I mean, that's our only hiccup. But I'll take that all day long. That gives us a couple of days to tune it on up and all that kind of stuff. But we're gonna get this other turbo put on here, guys. We'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. Well, guys, I guess that has to be the easiest turbo install.
Is that what they call a true bolt-in?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've done this, what, 4 times? This is the 4th set of turbos on this car, but everything, knock on wood, all the silicone boots lined up, the housings lined up. I mean, the exhaust is dang near, I mean, come on. Are you kidding me right now? The oil feed lines, I mean, I haven't touched any of the stuff. I mean, it's literally just a swap over and go. I was expecting to have all weekend. Now, again, we have not messed with the exhaust yet, so that should still be bang bang, everything in the way.
But when you have a winning car.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. I already told them we got us a grudge race that we gapped somebody. I didn't say who it was, but they know who they are. They'll get their chance for the same result. Ooh. Just saying. I'm just putting that out there. I'm not talking smack. Confidence is everything, guys. I'm not going to say I'm going to go out there and try. I'm going to go out there and do it. But other than that, guys, we're going to get the rest of this bolted up.
You're not first. You're last.
You're last. We're going to try to get this exhaust messed with a little bit. Just kind of mock it up. Don't know if we'll get it tacked up or welded today. So far, so good, guys. All right, guys. We have just about come to the conclusion. We're going to quit on this car because everything is absolutely going together without even touching it. I mean, I literally rough cut these exhausts, just eyeballing with the old calibrated eyeball, and pulled them up, and they slide right up to them. I mean, it's like I cut them with precision. No pun intended.
We did cut that.
Yeah, we did cut that.
Yeah, we did cut that.
But yeah, I mean, that's, golly, we couldn't ask for anything better than that. Just make a tack on that. Pretty good all the way around, or probably 2 or 3 spots.
Yep.
And then take them off and weld them out. But I mean, that's pretty much it for a 30-minute turbo install.
I mean, you dream of days like this where it's this easy.
Well,
usually it's not this easy.
I'm looking at where's the problem? Where's the problem going to be? Because everything here, I mean, it's like, I mean, granted, I know we've done this 4 times with 4 different sets. But I mean, to have everything just, you know, unless the good Lord's just looking down on us going, okay, I'm going to give you an easy one this time. Now you gotta learn how to drive it again. But now, like I do now, guys, I'm gonna tack those up. I'm gonna take these turbos off the front, get the snails off of here, go paint them up. I gotta tap them, go ahead and get all that taken care of because I've gotta put the wastegates in right here, and I'm gonna tap the methanol right here on this one and on that one down there on the actual snail rather than being in front of the turbos. But
and we're upgrading this too.
Yeah, and we're taking all that off. We're switching over to airlines and airlock fittings, getting rid of the melted stuff and the dash 4. So a couple of things we're upgrading. Not anything that's going to do performance wise, but just really ease of use and easier to take apart and change and do all that kind of stuff. I mean, we're pretty much pros at this by now. We do our 30-minute swap, but when we get these taken off, guys, take them over there and start painting on those. All right, guys, we're over here at Joey's, fixing to drill and tap these housings. I'm actually going to put the methanol on the back side. Put one right here on the driver's side, one there on the passenger side, so it's kind of hidden in the back. Not that I'm trying to be sneaky, but, well, I mean, you can see the nozzle in the hat, but at least it gets it out of the way at the front of the turbos. After that, I've got to tap the actual hole. This is drilled there, but you can see down in there, it's not actually knocked out. So I just got to go ahead and knock that out. That'll be where actually the wastegates go in instead of in the charge pipe. And then all this stuff will be done and flip them over and paint them. All right, got everything drilled and tapped. Got everything plugging the holes off. Holes are on the other side. About to put a fresh coat of paint on it. All right, guys, back from Joey's house. Got the Snells all painted up, looking fab. Got the bells all redone, all those painted. Not sure if I'm gonna put the velocity stacks back on here or not. I'll have to see when I put this on whether or not it still matches up with the grill, because I don't really want to cut on the grill anymore than what I already have. But these are all painted up. I've got the exhaust all done, got them all rewrapped. Had to do a little bit of welding, a little bit of fab work on those to make everything fit right, but all that's done. So first things first, get the exhaust on here, put these Snells on here, and then do its first startup and see what I didn't hook up and what I messed up on. But nothing left to do but just plug away and get after it. So here we go. All right, guys, you got to deal with a little bit of fan noise because it's 100 freaking degrees out here. And just FYI, watch the blades, because you get the mandate if you don't. If you don't know what a mandate is, you don't need to be in the garage. But it got me good. Right on the tip of the freaking finger, too. Ah. Like I say, I got this. I'm going with the wastegates here now rather than in the charge pipe. And I've got my methanol here on the actual back side of this. So it's a little hidden. Like I said, not trying to be sneaky, but I just kind of wanted to clean up the front of it a little bit. Hopefully these go back in without completely destroying. Oh, don't get on that blade. There we go. Dang, almost like this was planned. I always get these wrong the first time and I skip the wrong hole. No comments. Hey, I actually got that one right. That's the first. I mean, if anything, they look nicer. Not that that's that important or important at all, but it does clean it up a little bit. Now, just go out there and run like it's supposed to and I'll be happy. Ba-ding, ding. You know what's in the middle of the car. Now we don't have to wait. All right, guys. Everything is in. Got all the wastegates and everything hooked up. I'm waiting on 190 air push lock fitting for this wastegate over here, but this is all hooked up. All the methanol is hooked up. Turbos are in, sitting looking pretty. I haven't put the bells on yet because I'm gonna have to trim out a little more on the grill here on the insides. Not so certain I'm gonna put them on yet or not. I like them, so more than likely I will, but it's gonna take a little bit more fabrication work. But with that being said, guys, ain't nothing left to do now except start this thing up and see if we got lucky. Find out if I left oil lines unplugged or some kind of, there's always something, so let's get in here and turn that key. Oh, here we go. sounds clean. Sounds clean, moving good. No leaks anywhere as far as on the oil drain backs, anything like that. Nothing on the ground. All the fittings up here look good. No oil. Well guys, I'll call that success. I mean, next thing to do now is I don't know if we're gonna get a day to test this Friday night or not. More than likely we won't. Probably the first thing's gonna be is when we go racing Saturday, it'll be his first pass down the track. That'll be the first test on him. I'm gonna back it down a little bit. I'm gonna drop it down to 15 pounds, just in case these decide to boost creep a little bit. And with the different placement of where the wastegates are hooked up compared to what I had them before, I'm gonna make sure they get all the same readings. That way if it boost creeps, I've got a little bit of a safety window there. But other than that, guys, I mean, it's gonna be, just let it rip. I mean, just send it. We're gonna start it up. Leave the tune in we got, maybe back down a couple of grease timing. And that's about it. But other than that, guys, that's going to do it for us today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. We will catch you guys on the next one.